Alright, now we're going to solve a cosine 2x equal to 1/2. This is an identity, so that means again that we want this side equal to this side, right? So we want to find a value for x that makes cosine equal to 1/2, right? So let's go. We're gonna have our unit circle here, paper. You should know it. You should remember it. But anyways, this is just for us to remember. Okay, so we need to think about cosine. When cosine is equal to 1/2, cosine alone. Cosine x alone when it's equal to 1/2, right? So we go back to our unit circle and we say, well, when cosine, which cosine is equal x, and sine equal y. So when cosine is 5 pi divided by 3, this is equal to 1/2, right? So we're gonna write down those values. So when cosine, I'm gonna say x equal to 5 pi divided by 3, cosine will be 1/2, right? But we have another value for that. We need to take a look. We need to be careful. Pi divided by 3, when cosine is pi divided by 3, is also 1/2, right? So we're gonna write that down too. And pi divided by 3. If you take a look at this quadrant here, the second quadrant, x is going to be negative because it's going to the left. So that means that we don't want a negative 1/2, right? So we want a positive 1/2. So after we have those values, right, written there, we need to treat this 2x like an equation, like a separate equation. We're gonna write it down. We're gonna say 2x equal to these values, right? So now that we have that one, we're gonna do the other one on the side. So we're gonna say 2x equal to 1/2. Pi divided by 3, right? So we solve for x. We divide by 2, both sides. We cancel here. X equal to 5 times 5 divided by 3 divided by 2. And when you're dividing a fractions, you pretty much think about this like 2 divided by 1, and you take the reciprocal of that, right? So we're gonna have 5 pi divided by 3 times 1/2. All right. So we say 5 times 1, 5. And then 3 times 2, 6. So this means that 5 pi divided by 6 is the value for cosine 2x equally to 1/2, right? We're gonna do this one too because we have two values for cosine equal to 1/2, right? We do the same thing, and I'm gonna skip a little more. I'm gonna say 1/2 again because these two we flip and we have the reciprocal, right? So pi times 1 is pi, 3 times 2 is 6, right? So this value here will be the other value for x that makes cosine 2x equal to 1/2. We need to be careful because we have these 2 here. We need to we need to do this equation in order for us to get the right value. Don't think about this for your final solution, right? And not even this one too, right? Because if you see, we divide by 2 and we get to get this fractions, which is different by 3, and in the denominator, and the same thing here. So this is what happens when we have those values. For example, if we have cosine x equal to 1/2, we don't have to do anything else. We just need to remember, you know, that when cosine is 5 pi divided by 2, cosine will be equal to 1/2, and that would be it. We don't have to deal with anything else. But because we have this factor here 2, which is 2x, then we have to do all these steps, right? So now we're gonna check those values, right? Because when you're in a test, you want to check that you are doing the things right. All right, so I save it here, our values. All right here. So we first said that when x actually is equal to pi divided by 3 and x equal 5 pi divided by 3, our equation will be 1/2, right? So we want to make sure about that. So we're gonna say cosine of 2, and then we're gonna plug x here. We're gonna say times, right, pi divided by 3 equal to 1/2, right? So we're gonna do 2 times pi. 2 times pi will be 2 pi divided by 3, because 1 times 3 is 3, equal to 1/2. So now we go back to our circle, to our unit circle, and we say, what is cosine when x is equal to 2 pi divided by 3? So we say, we have something wrong here. I think I copied it wrong. Yep, I copied it wrong. It's pi divided by 6. All right, so I'm just gonna replace these guys right here. 6 and 6. And also here, because it will give you 1 times 6, 6. So it's the same thing. And here is also 5 pi divided by 6. Right? So this is a mistake that I made. Right? So we go back and we say, when cosine is 2 pi divided by 6, now I made the mistake and I got 3, but it's 6, right? So when cosine is 2 pi divided by 6, what happened to cosine? So 2 pi divided by 6, where is it? Oh, I know what happened. So because this is not simplified yet, so we can divide this by 2 and we get 3 here, right? I hope you understand what I did. Alright, so this is what happened. I forgot to cancel this out, these two guys here. Okay, so I did it here. 2 goes 1 time into 6. Actually, you divide, you by 6 by 2 and you get 3, and that's what happened. You cancel that. So our answer would be cosine pi divided by 3. So we're gonna go back again, and now we find it finally, right? So when cosine is pi divided by 3, this is equal to 1/2. So that means this is correct. We just substitute cosine pi divided by 3 for 1/2, which is the value in the unit circle, right? And then we're gonna try the other value, cosine. We're gonna substitute x, which is 5, 6, equal to 1/2, right? So now we're gonna try to don't make the mistake that I made, right? Actually, it's 2 right here, because we have a 2. Is cosine 2 times 5 pi divided by 6, right? So the same thing, we can cancel here. We have 1 and we have 3, and now we have cosine 5, because 1 times 5 is 5, and then 3 equally to 1/2. So we go back and we say cosine, when you are 5 times 5 pi divided by 3. So 5 pi divided by 3. So x is equal to 1/2. So which is cosine, right? So cosine when x is equal to 5 pi divided by 3 is 1/2. And then we say, oh, okay, so we substitute, and then we say this is correct because this is equal. All right, so I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna make sure that you understand this part. First, I had 3 because I copied it wrong, right? If we go back to our first, we have 3, we have 6 here, and I put there before I got 3 in here, right, for our values, and then I change it. Okay, so that's what happened, and then I forgot to simplify the fraction, right? So because you know that this divide 6 divided by 2 is 3, and then we have our value 2 divided by 2, it will be 1, right? So and the answer will be pi divided by 3. Okay, and here the same thing is if you divide both by 2, we're gonna get 2 divided by 1. 2 divided by 2, 1, and 6 divided by 2, 3. And that's why we get 5 pi divided by 3. Just in case you didn't understand.